Hi, my name is Jack and I'm going to attempt to eat vegan for a week for just £5, which currently is the equivalent of about $6.50. That's 3 meals a day for 7 days, which is 21 meals, all for £5. That averages out at less than 24p per meal. But before getting into this, a quick disclaimer. Doing a £5 food budget for a week is all fun and games when at the end of the week you get to go back to a less restricted food budget. For many, this isn't a fun challenge, it's their reality. There is an ongoing crisis all over the world where people struggle to afford to put food on their families' tables. Meanwhile, privileged people like myself don't have that ongoing stress. It may be a surprise to some of you, but even in rich Western countries such as the UK, this is still a huge issue, and charities such as the Trussell Trust do amazing work by supplying food banks for those who need them. These charities are non-profit and run off donations, so I have donated the amount that I'd usually spend on a week of food, plus a bit extra to the Trussell Trust, and I encourage everyone to take a look at their website as their work is truly inspiring. Anyway, on with the video. I knew this was going to be a tough challenge, but if I knew it was going to be so tough, you might be asking, why are you doing this? Well, when I told my girlfriend Emma the idea, she had this to say. You just say to me?
I don't think you can live vegan for
7
£5.
days, £5. It's a challenge.
No, I don't think it's, no.
I think I can do it.
If you do it,
What will you do?
I'll take you out for a non-vegan meal of your choice.
Right, cheers for the video idea. Once the challenge was set, we decided on the following rules. 1. No eating food from outside of the £5 budget. 2. No eating food I already own. 3. No eating any non-vegan food. 4. No high-calorie drinks such as milk alternatives or alcohol. 5. Black coffee and herbal tea are allowed. 6. I am also allowed to use any seasoning or spice in my recipes. Some of you might think those last two are a cheat, but my logic was they add almost no calories or nutrition to my diet. So with the rules and challenge set, like any normal human being, the first thing I did was create a spreadsheet and started trawling through Aldi and Lidl's websites for their cheapest ingredients. I initially thought that in the worst case scenario, I'd just be eating baked beans on toast a week. I realised that even that was too expensive for my budget. Once I eventually had a shopping list I was happy with, I headed to Lidl, bought £5 worth of food and headed home, loaf of bread in hand. This is it, £5 worth of vegan food. On this side I've got all my carbohydrates. Wholemeal bread, 40p, brown rice. One of my bigger purchases, 79p. Penne pasta, 29p. I think that's going to be a lifesaver. All my tinned tomatoes. I actually managed to get to the checkout without buying any tinned tomatoes, despite 14 of my meals including tinned tomatoes. So I had to go back and buy those again for a total of £1.68. I've got a range to keep things exciting, both chopped tomatoes and peeled plum tomatoes, so that's going to be very exciting. Some red kidney beans to give me a bit of protein and some substance to my meals. Marmalade to go on my toast in the morning. And then finally the Pierre de Resistance. Mixed vegetables, frozen, I think 79p for 1 kilogram. It's going to be in pretty much everything other than on my toast, so I think I'm ready. Ready, they put it on the packaging. High in fibre. To look past the nice breakfast. My black coffee, which is a bit of a cheat, and my marmalade on toast for my first meal, and I'm ready to do some work. Let's go. Right, so it's time for lunch. I've weighed out 160 grams of pasta, 200 grams of veg, and my chopped tomatoes here. I'm going to be meal prepping for today's lunch and tomorrow's lunch. I've got my water on the go, so let's get cooking. One portion for today and one for tomorrow. Let's eat. Here's the ingredients for dinner. Mexican rice. We've got 300 and something grams of brown rice, chopped tomatoes, red kidney beans and veg. This cooked in one pan with some spices. Hopefully it'll make a tasty dinner. So I've added my rice, veg and spices. I'm gonna add all the tomatoes and 350 millilitres of water. Bring that up to the boil, cook it for 10 minutes and then add the kidney beans. And here's 4 portions of Mexican rice ready. This is mine for now. So, start of day 2, day 1 complete. Starting again with my marmalade on toast and black coffee. Yesterday went pretty well. I was a little hungry when I was falling asleep, but I think it was my own fault for watching sorted food videos of like really nice food before going to sleep, which obviously didn't help. So I was a bit hungry going to sleep, but you know, not that bad. All the food I ate yesterday was actually really nice and not too different to what I'd have normally ate. I don't think day 2 is going to be any different. All the food's pretty much going to be the same. So got some work to do now, so I'll check back in a bit. And final meal of day 2, more Mexican rice. Fortunately, tomorrow evening I'll be having a different dinner, which is quite exciting. And also I'm sitting here watching Emma enjoy her nice pasta. Meanwhile, I've got this. Yum. Damn it. Saturday morning breakfast. Lovely. Delicious. My favourite, marmalade on toast. Yummy. More yummy, yummy chili. Although it's only lunch of day 5, this is actually the last bit of cooking I'll be doing for the week. My last 2 pasta dishes, because all my other food is already prepped. Easy work. More pasta. More chili. I don't really know what to say. I don't think I'm even going to use the audio of these things. Yummy. Got to video this one because I was so hungry, but here's my Mexican rice, almost done. So it's the morning of the final day, very exciting, here with my marmalade on toast as usual. It's gone very quickly, to be honest. Well, Some days have, some days haven't, but I'm excited that it is the final day. But yeah, let's get this day started. So now that I'm just finishing up editing this video, I realised I never recorded a proper outro or kind of recap to everything that happened. I just finished day 7 and was so done with the challenge that I didn't want to think about it again, hence why I'm actually editing this video about a month after I originally recorded it. But I just want to go over kind of what the biggest challenges and bits I struggled with throughout the challenge were, also kind of the biggest successes, what I enjoyed about it, and just kind of recap the challenge in general. So the thing I found most challenging about the week doing this video was probably the repetitive meals. Obviously I only made 4 different meals throughout the week, and that included marmalade on toast. So by halfway through the week I was already very bored of like Mexican rice, pasta and tomato and vegetable chili, especially because all 3 of those meals basically included the same ingredients, which were tinned tomatoes and vegetables. But yeah, the meals weren't exciting and they were all very similar, which made it quite challenging. Another thing I found challenging was that actually each day I wasn't really eating enough calories. So apparently it's recommended that an adult meal should have 2,000 to 3,000 calories. I actually worked out most days I was eating about 1,200 calories, so you could say about half of what I should have been eating. This made most nights quite challenging going to sleep because I was quite hungry. Maybe I could have planned meals that are a bit more filling, but most vegan proteins I couldn't afford. And my original plan was to get peanut butter for breakfast instead of marmalade, which also would have helped a lot with the calories, but I just couldn't afford it. And the last thing I found really difficult was actually just watching kind of friends and Emma eat different meals. Because I was so bored with what I was eating, just seeing them enjoy nice meals made it quite challenging. So maybe if you lived on your own, this would be a lot easier, or if the people around you were also taking part in the challenge, it would also make it a bit easier. But then on the positive side of things for the challenge, I do think it's amazing how much food you can actually buy for only £5. It does make me wonder why I end up spending so much money each week when I was generally pretty satisfied with the food that I got for £5. The food I was eating was also relatively healthy. There was obviously not much fat in it. There wasn't enough protein, however, but generally I felt good throughout the week eating that diet. And the final success is, well, I completed the challenge, so can't get much better than that. And yes, Emma did end up buying me my treat meal. I got an honest burger and it was so good, especially after that week. So that's pretty much it for this video. It's completely different to anything I've ever uploaded on this channel before, but I want to make more videos like this. So yeah, I appreciate you very much for watching this video, and hopefully I'll see you in the next one.